What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's sub-variant update. And this week's update of the Omicron variant, because let's face it, all the sub-variants out there are Omicron, we do have a new one that has entered the picture here in the United States. But before we get to that, we want to take a look back at where it originated. And it was first found in India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Pakistan, and Singapore. And it's now also rising in the UK. And we know what rises in the UK, unless it originates here, usually eventually comes here next. And it is XBB 1.9.1. It has now shown up in this week's data set from the CDC. Here's something, this is not the CDC. This is unofficial. This is Hubbub, A Safer World. I just found this a little while ago. They're saying it's already very well prevalent in Missouri, Alabama, then Nebraska, then Virginia, and in a few other states, including Hawaii. So this is relatively interesting. Moving on to the CDC national level. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, welcome to my channel. This is the channel where I do pandemic updates and sometimes even reporting on other stuff that doesn't get enough coverage in the media. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Alright, looking at the national level here, what we will do is we'll go through all the percentages on the national level, even the ones below 1%. Then after that, once we get to the regional level, we'll only do the ones that are above 1% and the new subvariant. Omicron XBB 1.5 is at 90.2%. XBB 1.9.1 is at 2.5%. BQ 1.1 is at 2.5%. XBB 1.5.1 is at 2.4%. XBB 1.2, XBB is at 1.2%. CH 1.1 is at 0.4%, as is BQ.1. BA.2 is at 0.2%, and BN.1 is at 0.1%. Region 1, Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont. In Region 1, XBB 1.5 is at 94.5%. XBB 1.5.1 is at 3%. XBB 1.9.1 is at 1.5%. Region 2, New Jersey, New York, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. In this region, XBB 1.5 is at 94.1%. XBB 1.5.1 is at 3.1%. XBB 1.9 is at 1.6%. Moving on to Region 3, Delaware, District of Columbia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. In this region, we see XBB 1.5 is at 94.1%. XBB 1.5.1 is at 3%. And the new XBB 1.9.1 is just below 1% at 0.9%. Region 4, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. In this region, XBB 1.5 is at 90.5%. XBB 1.5.1 is at 3.5%. XBB 1.9.1 is at 1.9%. BQ 1.1 is still at 1.8%, and XBB is at 1.5%. Region 5, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, and Wisconsin. In this region, you will see XBB 1.5 is at 91.4%. BQ 1.1 is still at 2.3%. XBB 151 is at 2.3%. XBB 191 is at 1.5%. And XBB is at 1.3%. Region 6, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas. In this region, XBB 1.5 is at 91.7%. BQ 1.1 is still in second at 2.7%. XBB 191 is at 1.9%, then followed by XBB at 1.4% and XBB 151 at 1.3%. Region 7, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, and Nebraska. XBB 1.5 in this region is only at 80.4%. Check this out. XBB 1.9.1 is already up to 12.6%. Remember what we saw on that other website? So yeah, it's really rising there. we're going to have to see if cases start rising there. XBB1 5.1 is at 3.4%. BQ 1.1 is at 2.4%. So that's really interesting. Region 8, Colorado, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, and Wyoming. In this region, XBB 1.5 is at 87.8%, XBB 191 is at 5.6%, BA.2 is at 2.3%, BQ 1.1 is at 1.9%, and XBB 151 is at 1%. Region 9, Arizona, California, Hawaii, Nevada, American Samoa, Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands, Federated States of Micronesia. In this region, we have XBB 1.5 at 92%, BQ 1.1 at 3%, XBB 191 at 1.7%, and XBB 1.2%. Region 10, Alaska, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. This is our final region. In this region, XBB 1.5 still has not gone over 90%. It's at 88.8%. BQ 1.1 is at 4.9%. XBB is at 1.6%. XBB 191 is at 1.5%. And XBB 151 is at 1.9%. So the takeaway here is we're seeing something we've never really seen happen before since the pandemic started. Missouri is now a rapidly growing region. Let's pull this back up. Missouri, Region 7, has the fastest growing amount of a new variant. The only other time we saw something similar to this happen was in Iowa back in fall of last year, where there was an old 4.6, remember the BA 4.6 variant? That happened there. But 191 is just rapidly taking off there, and should it continue at this rate, perhaps the CDC was holding back again. I mean, we've seen this happen before where the CDC just holds back and doesn't release data on a new variant until it's been around for almost a month. But at the rate we're going here, it would seem like XBB 191 is really going to take off fast, and that's concerning. We're entering spring. There's always usually a spring wave with COVID, and we'll have to see if this is the variant that does it. Next few weeks are going to be really telling. If it really continues to take off, that's concerning, and we need to watch Missouri hospitalizations and cases and wastewater. If it really starts rising there, in fact, we can pull up wastewater in Missouri. I got that right here. Let's just take a look real quickly. Missouri has been holding at moderate wastewater levels. There is one site here that's high. Here's Dent County. Look at this. This one's rapidly going up. Here's another one. Adrian, that's rapidly going up. Here's another one that's rising. So, yes, early indications are that, unfortunately, yes, if it's rising in Missouri, once it spreads elsewhere across the country, it's going to be a big deal. And yeah, I think we have a wave coming across the country within the next month. I've been holding back on predicting a wave. I've been saying I don't know when one's going to come, but here's your early indication right here. I mean, look at this. You can see it on the map. Missouri's moderate with rising. Almost every single one I click on is showing rising. How about this one here? Carroll County. Small watershed, but it's rising. And there's a new subvariant there. So this is really concerning. Now is not the time to end the COVID task force. Now is not the time to end the pandemic emergency because we have a nationwide wave getting ready to come. We don't know how bad it's going to be. Most people's immunity has long gone. Only 15% of the country, if that, has gotten a booster shot. And those who got that, I got mine in September of last year. I don't know that I have any immunity left, so this is truly concerning. Alrighty, that does it for this week's variant proportion update. We'll have another one of these next week because these are really important, especially with the new subvariant coming into play. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up down below. If you want to subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button down below and you'll get more content like this. Till next time, thanks for watching everyone, and stay safe.